The director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation commends two locals for stepping up in a big way during a 28-hour standoff in Gering earlier this fall. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, two local pastors are recognized for their work during a 28-hour armed standoff with hostages that began in Gering on September 26th. The Scottsbluff County Sheriff, Gering Police Chief, and a FBI supervising special agent provided an overview of the events that led to the apprehension of suspect Bradley Garcia yesterday, as well as to say thank you for the community's support. Receiving special recognition were Northfield Church pastor Kylie Calloway and the Rock Church pastor Tyson Lambertson, who went above and beyond to open the facility doors to help the 100-plus first responders who were on scene for the long standoff.
The FBI's mission is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. To be successful in that, we heavily depend on our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. But equally as important are the partnerships that we have with the communities that we serve.
We serve in a thankless job. I mean, we do what we do, and I am just in awe of the amount of thanks that we've gotten. I mean, we just activated and do what we do, which is to open up our house to be their house when they were here. And we didn't think we went above and beyond. We didn't think we were doing anything extraordinary. We just thought we were just being what we should be for our community and for this team. And
it's a wonderful, wonderful recognition. And I echo, Kylie, your emphasis on we're doing what we're called to do. And I would say we care a lot about law enforcement. And when you called upon us and asked us to be there, we were doing what we were called to do. And so thank you.
Quentin Cavan also had the privilege of presenting Lambertson and Calloway with individual letters of gratitude from FBI Director Christopher Wray for offering, quote, outstanding assistance to law enforcement. Well, city officials, project organizers, and fine art supporters gathered at the Gering Civic Plaza last night as three original pieces of sculpture were dedicated and officially turned over to the city. The works are by Nebraska artists June Kaneko, Catherine Ferguson, and Shannon Hansen, and were sought not only to add a unique touch to the public space, but also in hopes it will lead to more arts-related tourism in the area. Project co-organizer Rita Stinner, who spoke during the ceremony, said the addition of the art to the space will draw a lot of attention.
There are pieces of artwork from these families of artists all over the state, primarily Lincoln, Omaha, Kearney, and now Gary. And we are so proud to have it here. Art classes will come here to study this art, and individuals who are art advocates will travel here to see them. And we feel it will help our economy, it will help our tourism, and all of us will benefit.
Crystal Sandberg and Gretchen Peters were also members of the trio driving the effort, and Stinner gave much of the credit to Peters, saying it was her idea and her energy that ultimately ended with the purchase of the art pieces that are now part of a permanent part of the plaza. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
you know what backflow is and why it's dangerous? Backflow is when your water's normal flow is reversed due to a vacuum or drop in pressure, putting you at risk of drinking contaminated water containing substances like fertilizers, weed killers, or even feces. To help protect your drinking water, the city requests the periodic checking of testable backflow devices. Backflow prevention devices close when water reverses direction and stops suspect water from gaining entry to your house, making sure your next drink is clean and refreshing.
Welcome back. One of the two men charged in a rash of vehicle break-ins in Scottsbluff has been sentenced. 20-year-old Hunter Schoen of Mitchell and 21-year-old Bradley Weller of Scottsbluff were each charged with 7 counts of theft by unlawful taking. The men were arrested in September after members of the SWAT team executed a high-risk search warrant on 18th Street in Mitchell. During the search, items that had been reported stolen over a string of thefts were recovered. Last week, Schoen pleaded no contest to 4 of the counts and was sentenced to 6 months in jail. Earlier this month, Weller pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 39 days in jail and 12 months of probation. Well, Governor Jim Pillen was joined this week by representatives from the Department of Health and Human Services, the Nebraska Children and Home Society, and families who have been through the adoption process. Pillen discussed the impact foster, kinship, and adoptive families have on Nebraska children, highlighting the case of Husker football player Malachi Coleman. His parents, Miranda and Craig, joined Pillen, and she read a note from Malachi, who told her the foster care system not only changed his life, but saved it.
Was it hard and dark at times? Yes. Being passed from home to home isn't easy for anyone, but it makes it worth the wait when you find the one that makes any dark part of your past disappear because they love you for you and nothing else. The one that helps you see that you do have value and deserve to be loved. The one that shows up every day because they wouldn't have it any other way. I found my one 8 years ago, and I want all kids around the world to experience the love that I have from this family, because simply, every kid deserves to be loved.
Pillen encouraged every Nebraskan to answer the call for foster and adoptive families.
Answer your heart, answer the promptings of the Holy Spirit, so that you could say yes. And I can guarantee you this, I'll bet the farm on it, if you do, your life will never be the same, and you really, really understand how love conquers all.
To date this year, more than 330 adoptions have been completed in the state, and nearly 200 children are still waiting for placement in a permanent home. 27 of them are 4 and younger, and 53 of them are 16 and older. And the Nebraska Department of Revenue says last month's net tax receipts came in at $367 million as the Economic Forecasting Advisory Board met late last month and made a slight upward adjustment to their revenue forecast for the fiscal year. During that meeting, the board increased the forecast by nearly $8 million, up to $6.44 billion for the full year. The board's projections for fiscal year 23-24 were raised mainly on an anticipated $81.7 million increase in corporate income tax receipts, but that was offset in part by projected decreases in other categories, including a $64.8 million decrease in individual income tax receipts. The board also revised fiscal year 24-25 projections to $6.37 billion, down more than $13 million. The forecasting body meets once again on February 29th.
This isn't just a beautiful hospital. It's the home to exceptional patient care. This is where specialty clinics meet your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. This is us. Box Butte General Hospital. Great things are happening here.
For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Draven, a 3-year-old American blue heeler mix who's been at the Panhandle Humane Society since late September. Staff says he may be likely to bark and even growl a little, but that's because he's scared and believe his previous owners did not treat him very nicely. His adoption cost is $150, and that includes his neuter, microchipping, and all vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Draven will also get a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling this sweet little boy right away.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Let's take a look at your midweek community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the Scottsbluff Noon Kiwanis Club is once again selling Christmas trees to raise funds for scholarships for area youth. As it has been in years past, the lot will be open at the former TLC building on Avenue B. They'll have a wide selection of Fraser and Grand Fir trees for people to choose from. Kiwanian Jeff Reifschneider says the earlier you decide that you want the smell of a fresh tree in your home, the better your options will be.
Pick up a litter is always early, and to be real honest, we always encourage you to get your tree early and get it in water. It is a cut product, has a certain life, but if you get it in water, even if you put it in your garage and put it in water, you have a fighting chance to get it through the New Year's.
The lot started off with about 240 trees between 6 and 8 feet tall, and pricing will be similar to last year. The lot is open weekdays from 3 to 8, Saturdays from 9 until 8 p.m., and on Sundays from noon until 6. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.